Look, where's Mario? Look what I just found. You see that? A turkey feather. There we go. What a wonderful way to start a morning. And yeah, good morning, my friends. Finally, another starry devotional sermon time. Look at how beautiful. What a day to worship the Lord and come together, right? Look at all the daisies. This is gorgeous. So we decided to not do our worship in bed this morning, although I did kind of already worship in bed. But I wanted to come out here and share with you some powerful testimony. I always have powerful testimony. All right, I'm going to try to do this in a nutshell to kind of get all you friends up to par because this week has been very trying. And I want to share certain parts of my devotional and how God has been working because this is something that's really important. When we start getting confused, and we will in our walk, when we think what we're doing is in line with God's word and his purpose, and we are, and they involve other people, other relationships, there may become a time when you start questioning yourself. And not just you questioning yourself, but you start questioning yourself because they're questioning you. They are pointing fingers, or they don't have the complete truth, people in your life. And they start, eroding at you. Are there people in your life that are eroding at you that now have made you kind of stopped and question everything that you have been doing? I mean, think about your personal situation right now. So I'm speaking to you, those of you who are going through difficulties, I don't care what it is, and you know your walk is strong, you know that the Lord has spoken to you, you have prayed about it, it's with much difficulty, and now though, you wake up in the morning and there's doubt. And it seems like every day there's somebody or something eroding. And then you're just like, what did I do? Was this right? And there it is, the big D, the big doubt, the big, and you know, God is not the author of confusion. You know this in your heart. You know God's word, but you're standing there in your flesh and you are confused. And people and circumstances are telling you different conflicting things. And you're like, Lord, help me. Well, that's where I was just a couple days ago. And it just struck me. And you know what? This is what Satan does. So here I was this week, beginning to believe the lies. And now I recognize them as lies, but I was falling into that trap. And I was confused. And here's proof of how confused I was, because I got up in the morning and I started writing in my journal. And I said, where am I weak, Lord? Am I walking in pride? Unforgiveness? What are you teaching me? Help me see. I'm getting confused. You are not the author of confusion, yet I am. Where am I going wrong? Are these people that are in my life right now, are they pointing out my pride and sin, and I'm ignoring it? Am I becoming defensive? Are you delivering me a message through them to teach me? Help me. Am I wrong about these things in my life? Am I wrong about, and I put down this person's name, about this person really seeking and repenting? Am I wrong about this other person and their words? And they're really just trying to reveal the truth to me, and I can't see it. And then I wrote, Maybe, and I use this person's name, I'll just make it up. Maybe Mary just needed love. Maybe I needed to be more kind to Jerry. Did I not ask for forgiveness? Did I not ask for grace? Is there a deep hidden sin I am fooling myself over? Help! So that's what I wrote. Now, maybe you're feeling the same way. You're dealing with some people in your life and you've offered grace, you've offered forgiveness, you've been loving, and now they're coming back and they're criticizing you. They're pointing things out. They're twisting things. So hard when you know your feet is firmly planted in the Lord. But then, here they are, right? Here they are. And it could be people that you love. It could be just, acquaintances. It could be somebody that you're on Facebook and you've been talking to on Facebook for a couple months and you've befriended them. Doesn't make any difference. They're people in your lives. And this is how Satan works. He will use anything he can get his hands on to place doubt in your heart. Doubt in God's word, doubt in God's sovereignty. And that's exactly what he was doing with me this week. And so what do? I scream out to the Lord. I write him my thoughts. And then this is what he brings me. Now the Lord is Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. That's the first thing he gave me. And then, and I want you to listen closely because I know this is going to help you. And then this is what he revealed to me. And we are all with unveiled face, beholding the glory of the Lord, are being transformed into the same image from one degree of glory to another. For this comes from the Lord who is the Spirit. Therefore, having the ministry by the mercy of God, we do not lose heart, but we have renounced disgrace, underhanded ways. We refuse to practice cunning or to tamper with God's word. But by the open statement of the truth, we would commend ourselves to everyone's conscience in the sight of God. And even if our gospel is veiled, it is veiled to those who are perishing. I want you to really meditate on what the Lord just gave me. Remember what I was just saying. Remember what I was just saying. Here people are in my life and maybe your life right now. And they are being used to erode at your choices and where you're at. And look at what the Lord is delivering me through his word. But we have renounced disgrace, underhanded ways. I read that, I underlined it, because that's what some of these people are using. Underhanded ways. They are not walking in God's word. They are not walking in God's truth. They are walking using their underhanded ways. But what did the Lord say? But we have renounced disgrace, underhanded ways. We refuse to practice cunning or to tamper with God's word. What are they doing? They're using cunning, they're using underhanded ways, and they are tampering with God's word. But we are not. And here God brings me his word to reveal what is going on here. I mean, can you believe that? I couldn't believe it. We would commend ourselves to everyone's conscience in the sight of God. And even if our gospel is veiled, it is veiled to those who are perishing. The people in our lives who are responding the way that they're responding to us and making us confused, the gospel is veiled. The gospel is veiled, and those are the people that are supposed to be believers. Now, to those, if you are not a believer and you're here today, what I would say to you is look at what God's word is saying, though, that there are people that are walking in your life that are using cunning and deceit, and they don't care. They don't care. They are walking in a darkness because their eyes are veiled from any goodness and any light. And if you're a believer, God is telling you right there, you know what? We don't walk in that, but they do. Remind yourselves of that. And then it goes on. This is how cool. I can't use any other words. Just how cool God is. It says, in their case, to God, if this world has blinded the minds of the unbelievers to keep them from seeing the light of the glory of Christ. So do not lose heart. Do not lose heart. Do not lose heart. Through our outer self is wasting, though our outer self is wasting away, our inner self is being renewed day by day by day. So right there, God's word fed me. God's word delivered me from me crying out, and he delivered me right there